In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, let's start today's session. First of all, hello everyone. How are you? I hope you're fine. Welcome to my English channel, which is called English Academy. This channel aims to improve your English by practice and repetition. Today, my lovely boys, we are going to ask and answer questions related to quantities using how many or how much. How many or how much. Are you ready? Good. Let's go. To express how much food we have or need, we use certain words called quantifiers or quantifiers. But there are some differences when using countable or uncountable nouns. Let's learn how to express quantity with these words. Let's start with large amounts. Large amounts. What do you see in the picture? Good. We can see some or a lot of apples. To ask about apples, we can say how many apples are there? How many apples are there? And the answer can be there are, good boys, there are a lot of apples. Also you can say there are lots of apples. In the second picture, we can see meat. To ask about meat, of course, you can't say how many. You must use how much. How much meat is there? How much meat is there? And the answer can be there is. There is, good boys, also there is a lot of or lots of meat. According to this slide, you can guess that a lot of or lots of can be used with both counted or uncounted nouns in only affirmative or positive sentences. Right? Now let's move to smaller amounts. Smaller amounts. Here I can see only 3 carrots. To ask about carrots, you can say how many or how much? Good boys. How many? How many carrots are there? How many carrots are there? And the answer can be there are. Of course, you can say a lot of, as you have only 3. You only 3 carrots. So the answer can be there are some carrots. In the second picture, there is a piece of cheese. So the question can be how much cheese is there? How much cheese is there? And the answer, there is also some cheese. There is some cheese. So some can be used with both counted and uncounted nouns, but with smaller amounts. According to these 2 slides, we can guess that some can be used instead of a lot of with smaller amounts. And some and a lot of can be used with both counted and uncounted nouns. And my lovely boys, when you talk about counted nouns, use there are. And when you talk about uncounted nouns, use there is. There is. There is some cheese. There are some carrots. Now, let's move to smaller amounts, part 2. Also carrots. The question, do you remember? Yes. How many carrots are there? Now, I'd like you to use negative answers. Now, the answer, there aren't. Of course, you can't say there aren't some carrots. as some and a lot of are used only in affirmative or positive sentences, right? So can you guess the answer? Good boys. There aren't many carrots. There aren't many carrots. For a cheese, the question can be how much cheese is there? How much cheese is there? Also using negative answer, there isn't. There isn't. Of course, we can't use many. Instead, we use much. There isn't much cheese. There isn't much cheese. So not many and not much have a negative meaning. Now let's move to smaller amounts, part 3. Some. My lovely boys, some means a few. Some means enough. When you say, I have some carrots, I have a few carrots, that means this amount is enough for you. Not many means few. When you say, I don't have many carrots, I have few carrots, that means this amount is not enough for you. So, some means enough. Not many means not enough. A few means enough. Few means not enough. Now let's move to the second part, uncountables. Some also means a little. A little. Some means a little. When you say, I have some cheese or I have a little cheese, that means this amount is enough for you. On the other hand, not much means little. Not much means not enough. When you say, I don't have much cheese, I have little cheese, that means this amount is not enough for you. So, my lovely boys, a few and a little and some mean enough. Few, little, not many, not much means not enough. Do you get the point? Good. Let's complete. Now let's move to single amount. Single amount means one amount or one piece. What do you see in the picture? You're right. You can see a hot dog. To ask about hot dogs, the question can be, how many hot dogs are there? How many hot dogs are there? And the answer can be, there is only a hot dog. There is only one hot dog. Here, in this sentence, a means one. You can say, I have, or there is only a hot dog, or one hot dog. In the second picture, the question can be, how much milk is there? How much milk is there? And the answer can't be, there is one milk. It can't be, there is a milk, as we can't use numbers or the word a with uncountable nouns. Okay? So don't use a milk, don't use one milk. Instead, we can use a glass of milk. To use number, we can use containers. You can say, I have a bag of rice. I have 2 bags of rice. But you can't say, I have 2 rice. Is it clear? Good. Let's complete. Now, let's move to the last part of today's session, no amount. Now you have 0 amount. What is the question? It's the same. For example, how many donuts are there? How many donuts are there? Here's the answer. There aren't. According to the Red Cross, You can't say there aren't many donuts as you have 0 donuts. So the answer can be there aren't any donuts. My lovely boys here, any means no. Any means no. There aren't any donuts means you have 0 donuts. In the second picture, the question can be how much bread is there? How much bread is there? And the answer can be there isn't any bread. There isn't any bread. My lovely boys, in these sentences, not any means no. You can use no instead of not any. So you can say there aren't any donuts or there are no donuts. You can say there isn't any bread or there is no bread. Not any means no. Any means 0. Means you have nothing. Now, my lovely boys, we come to the end of today's session. I leave you in God's care and security. I wish you all good luck. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.